I like the fact that they brought people from the business part of the world and also people from the development space. And you can see the correlation that you can't leave any space behind, just like the response she gave to you. Every spaces are now valued in our economy system. There is no how you want to talk about business that you not talk about corporate social responsibility. There's no way you want to talk about business that you not talk about community service. And for me, I started from the development space. I started as a volunteer after I left school. And even before I left school, I've been doing a lot of work in terms of youth development, policy development, framework development, especially for Lagos State. And to also, one of my mentees asked Banky W a very, very germane question. And yes, I wasn't really satisfied with the response Banky gave him, because even though you are a non-partisan, you belong to an NGO, does not restrict you from joining a political party of your choice. Because I am an advocate of youth inclusion and youth participation in politics. Just yesterday, we had a press conference under the leadership of the Not Too Young to Run in Lagos, because I am one of the community organizers for Yaga Africa in Lagos. 40 of us were selected across Lagos and were trained for more than a week. And I'm the state PR of the Youth Council. So if I own all of these positions, or I belong to all of this organization, it doesn't restrict me from joining a party that I want to. But what is very important is choosing the right leader. I was on Jonah FM 2 days ago, and Sage asked me a question, are you in politics? I said, why would I be in politics? If I'm talking about civic participation, I'm not a motivational speaker who will tell you go and build your house when they have not built one. Yes, those motivational speakers in those days, that they used to deceive us. You can fly like an eagle. Have you fly like an eagle? They are still around, but they are just minute. Yes, because we already know their secret. So everybody is now, talking about, everybody is now taking responsibility. Nobody is ready to wait for all of those fake motivational speakers. We are talking about people who come and tell you what they have done, not what they have not done, actually to go and do. And they make a lot of money from this thing, in those days. They start calling them from programs and they'll be paying them 100,000, 200,000. But you are listening to fake news. So, and she asked me, because I said yes. But one of the things that I love about myself is the fact that I'm a development expert. Even when I join, I don't want to mention my party. Because if I mention party now, some people start shouting, he's also one of them. I should mention. Okay. Oh yeah. What Kulu Kulu? Is Kulu Kulu a party? Temper. Okay, he's asking me to. So, but one of the things many of us don't know is the fact that even though I'm a member of this particular party, I stand by the truth. In Lagos State today, I can categorically say it anywhere, and I've said it at different fora. I've said it on TV. I've not seen anyone to challenge me on this statement. After joining this party, I led young people in Oshodi Solo Federal Constituency to draft the first communique for a serving House of Representatives in Lagos State. And today, that man is working with that particular communique to solve problem in our community. We are requesting for young people who have passion. And he says something very important. He says something about innovation. Yes, we need, it was Banky who said it. We need innovation to drive ideas. And that will bring me, because I will be talking around governance. So I have just little time to spend here because I'm also having another engagement. Please, you permit me. I remember in 2020, when the lockdown came, many of us were looking for, few of us, let me put it that way, were looking for solution to some of the problems that we see around us. And even in the business sector, if you are creating business that is not solution inclined, you need to go back and create an idea that is that is geared towards providing solutions. And what I did was to talk to a few of my friends. I was just on the bed, the last guest speaker said, when she watched YouTube on, even when she's in the bedroom. For me, when I'm in the bedroom bathing, that's where idea comes. And then I was just bathing that very morning, and this idea of creating solution to problem amidst pandemic came. And what I did was to contact a few of my friends who, one was working with Enough is Enough, and the other one was a member of the Lagos State Youth Parliament. And I discussed with them, can we create a solution to this particular problem? And they said, wow, yes, we can work something around it. And that was how we came up with Concerned Lagos Youth. So what we did was to identify problems in few communities. We discovered that there was a lot of problem around for nursing mothers. Let me put it that way, nursing mothers, because we did our survey, and we discovered that nursing mothers were having shortage of food to cater for themselves and their children, or perhaps those who were carrying pregnancy. And we raised funds, and we started donating food to people in different areas between Oshodi-Solo, Ejigbo, and Agege. Even as at that time, I don't want to mention name, there was a particular politician who was distributing 100 naira Agege bread. I'm sure you know that particular politician. That man trended on Twitter at that time. We, as a young person, were distributing loaves of bread that we bought 400 naira per one, and we fed over 100 nursing mothers in Lagos State. And we didn't even stop there. We're not just giving there, because I am a program manager. When I'm designing program, I want to see the end goal of whatsoever, or the end goal of that project. And also, we are not just creating solution, we are creating a lasting solution. So I think sustainability when I'm thinking project. So we also gave them crates of eggs and water. So you are giving somebody bread to eat what? Egg. After eating it, what will help them look healthier is when they take water. You can't eat fufu and not take water. You will kill yourself. Have you done it before? You take fufu and you not take water. So, don't do that again. I tried it yesterday, don't mind me. So, we gave them those things, and we now, visibility that she also mentioned. And I went on my social media, and I trended it on my social media. And one of my friends who we worked together on Nigerian Urban Reproductive Health Project in Lagos, who was now, then she was now in I think she was in Netherlands at that time. And she saw it. She also shared that news on my page. And one lady in the US saw it, and she said, can I please get in touch with the organizer of this project? We want to fund them to do more for us in Nigeria. And that was how we got a lot of support from the US to replicate that particular project that we did during pandemic. So we didn't just stop there. We now start thinking about innovation, because we believe in innovation. We need innovation to drive change in Nigeria. Honestly, a lot of people are thinking, but not everybody are acting what they are thinking. A lot of people talk on Twitter, but nobody act what they say. So that was what gave birth to the Young Leaders Hub project. It's an innovative project that I founded, from that pandemic issue. And then what we did was to identify communities, who were our own target. Our target were young people who are still in secondary school. So what we're doing was to train them and build their leadership skills. So the first thing we did was to came up with a module. It was the module that we use in driving our innovation. So we go to their school, we teach them time management, transformational leadership, academic excellence, and so many things. So we didn't just stop there, like I said, as a project manager. So we're training them. After training them, what becomes of these young people? So we didn't leave them. We're getting a lot of funds from outside Nigeria and within Nigeria to also help them identify social problems in their school. So the first school that we trained was Ajumoni Senior Secondary School. How many of you know that school, Amushin? That's where you went. Oh, I wanted to say you look good. So our first school was Ajumoni Senior Secondary School. When we got to Ajumoni, we trained them. And the principal said, fortunately, the principal of that school taught me at Ilukpeju Senior Grammar School at Oshodi. I finished from Ilugram, so I'm an Oshodi born guy, don't mind me. But we are speaking something. So Fortunately, he was my principal. And he called me and said, Abiodun, this is my 21 years in the teaching industry or space. I have never seen a complete project as yours. I said, how, sir? He said, many of them will just come to those schools and teach and train and they go. They don't really care about what those young people are doing with those skills. So this particular student, after training them, we now created an ambassador club in that school. So what we told them to do was to identify problem in their school. And many of them said, during their meeting, we were not there. During their meeting, they discovered that the school does not have sick bed, the school does not have waste bin, the school does not have, a good conducive environment for learning. And we told them to now go and draw out an activity on how they can implement those projects. They were secondary school students, innovation. And they came up with brilliant ideas, with budget. And we told them, we'll give them 50% out of the 100% budget that they have identified. Because we're also teaching them how to raise fund. Somebody said he's having issue with raising fund. My brother, I work in the development space. I'm a Rotary member. And I can tell you again that even in our own organization, you have to be innovative on how to raise fund. Nobody is ready to fund your project. No, even some of your friends might not be interested in what you do, but you need to think outside the box. But many of us, we just want to, because we see rich man, I need this man to give me money. Just last week Sunday, I told the SSC on SDG to the governor, I said, sir, it's been long I've been looking for you. And he looked at me, he said, finally we met. And since that Sunday till now, me and this man has been talking like father and son. And I told him, I said, I'm ready to volunteer for you. Because I know what I need from him. That's where the money is coming. Leave the earth and the youth. Go to SDG, you will see Ogbonge money. You understand? So you need to think outside the box. So when we did that, this guy came up with ideas. And we supported them with 50% of that money. I can tell you again that one of my team members is here, Toby. Please, you can wave your hand. She was one of our volunteers on that project. So we gave them the money. We were funding them, and they donated, best spread to school. They donated basket. They repainted their school toilet, and we brought media visibility. We brought media, and media covered the whole event. And few weeks after, we were shortlisted on the World Merit list. How many of you know World Merit? You can Google it. World Merit is an organization that United Nations is also funding to fund other innovative ideas across the globe. We're shortlisted to pitch an idea. And when we got on board, we were trained for more than, I think, two months. Toby was also one of those people that also enjoy some of the capacity building training they did for us. And on the final program, on the final pitching, I pitched for our organization, and we came second in the world, and we're funded. We're funded. What we told them, even we gave them states that many NGOs will not want to go. We gave them Lagos, Ogun, Sokoto, and Borno State. And guess what? I didn't go to any of these states except Lagos, but we have team across Nigeria, and we gave them the money to implement the project. You have to have accountability. So these are innovations that we have driven without waiting for anybody to fund us. And guess what? As at the time I initiated this project, Young Leaders Hub was not a registered organization in Nigeria. As at that time. But now we are registered with CAC. A round of applause for us. Because we need more money. So, individually, what does this also brings to your own table? When organizations are coming from other countries to Nigeria or from other organizations, you'll be identified. Through this project, I got nominated as a youth coordinating champion for USAID YP4H project. That is a 5-year project worth more than 10 billion naira in Nigeria. And somebody said, Abiodun, when we nominated you, we saw what you were doing on social media. If anybody is not seeing what you are doing, guess what? People will say a lot of things against your visibility, building your visibility. I can't count how many times people have called. It is spiritual. don't do things that you don't share things that you do on social media. Limit it. I said they will not limit your success. So they will not. I was a young man that God has blessed. The first time I will have to leave this country for World Conference, I was age 19. It was just a small program I did with my money, and somebody saw it in the UK. I was even in Abuja at the age of 19. I was the Southwest Regional President for Planned Parenthood Federation of Nigeria, PPFN, the leading family planning in those days, not now. SFH and Co has taken over. I was in Abuja when they called. Hello, are you Abiodun? I said, yes, sir. Please, can you forward us your international passport? You know, when you are in NGO, you will be walking around with your passport because they can call you for any opportunity. Unfortunately for me, I brought my international passport to Abuja for a training because they may call me because I missed one when I was 18. Yes, I was to travel to Kenya, and they called from the country. Abiodun, you have to represent Nigeria. I said I don't have passport. Immediately, I had to go and do one. Even Joke Silva that they mentioned sat beside me when I was to get my first international passport. I was beside her, just at Ikoyi. So I was prepared. I just did one sexuality conference in one of our offices in Lagos, and I gave a report of what we did and how we're able to also impact young people with sexual and reproductive health information. And somebody got, if this young man could be doing this in Nigeria, we need to support him to do more. And that was how I got to represent Nigeria. And I didn't just go as an attendee. I was also there to give 5-minute goodwill message on behalf of Nigerian young people before George Bush as at then. So the truth is, your gift alone will not just make way for you, but how you are able to place value on your gift matters a lot. You hear, I can swim, I can talk, I can do this, I can do that. How are you also transforming those gifts into reality? I became the state PRO. A lot of people said, Youth Council is a violent organization. Don't go there. Don't go there. What are you doing with them? These people will not help your career. I said, see, when we get there, we will change narrative. I was the first young person who will ever create a website, a working website for young people in Lagos State under this platform. Go to any ministry in Lagos State. You can never find any website that is helping to get the data of young people in Lagos State. 2 months after we got into office, I consulted web developers, bring quotation. I will get sponsor. I will get people to finance it. And we did it 2 months after. Dayo Israel, who is the national youth leader of the APC, was one of our speakers when we were launching the website in Lagos. And that, we have done a lot. But guess what? Why we're able to do and achieve all of this is because we're able to identify our strength. And we're able to identify problems that we want to solve. My dear brother and sister, you cannot do everything alone. You can't. You can't. You must learn to collaborate with people. I want to be the first person to do this. You alone cannot achieve it. So for us to have a blueprint to our name, you must, one, understand the fact that the society we are needs you and I to also provide a solution to the problem. Are you not tired of the governance that we are having in Nigeria? How many young people do we have in politics? How many young people do we have in the elective position? And you and I, we are sitting there, we are not supporting ourselves. I said this on Jonah FM 2 days ago. I said, let me tell you the truth. Young people are not ready to take leadership position in this country. And you ask me why. We have diverse interests that we are all pushing. Instead of us to galvanize, collaborate, and partner our own interests to achieve a common goal. You want to become the counselor of one ward. You want to become the ward leader. You want to become this, but you are not supporting yourself. This is also very common among women. I'm the voice of young women in Nigeria. But guess what? Women need to stand to support each other. She can't do it. She's a woman. Let man go and do it. A fellow woman saying that to another woman. So I want to appeal to us. We must look beyond ourselves alone. We must create the lasting change that you and I desire to see in this country. And how do we see that reality come to life is when you and I see ourselves as one Nigeria. I will not stop saying this. I think I will keep saying that, to be honest with us, regardless of whatever party or group that we belong to, what is very much important to us is to see that problem that we have in this country and sit down to create innovative solutions to them. The business you are currently running can be a solution to the societal problem that we are having. She's very correct. When I left school, I worked with Medline Local Agency as the head of the marketing team. And when my HR saw me one day, she just called me, Abiodun, please, can I see you in my office? And I went to see her, Ogudu GRA, Ogudu Road, Balogun bus stop, or Razak bus stop, any of the two. And she said, Abiodun, I want to see you in my office. And I went. She said, I think working in a business sector like this does not suit you. I said, what do you mean, ma? I said, she said, I used to see your post. And I discovered that where you should be working is around NGO. She just mentioned, she doesn't really know how big development works look. She said you should be working around NGO. I think you will be a lasting, you will create a lasting solution to some of the problem we are facing. Lo and behold, I hearkened to her word. I resigned. And the first job I got after I resigned, God just brought it. God has been blessing me through people who saw my post on my different social media platform. That woman just called, Abiodun, I want you to apply for a job. It's an international job. They are called Network for Adolescents and Youth of Africa. And I applied. And I was selected to be the country program manager. And after I got that job, God has opened a lot of doors for me within the development space. Today, I'm a member of the Lagos State Ministry of Youth Technical Working Group, Adolescent and Family Planning. Today, there is no decision they make around family planning or adolescent youth that you won't see me. I have a lot of testimony of how people will come to Lagos, create program, and if they don't see Abiodun at that meeting, they will call me to come the following day. A director challenged them one day. If Abiodun is not sitting in this meeting, we cannot go further. Why? Because everything I have done with Lagos State government have been project that are sustainable. I have created ideas. Go to all the hubs that we are working in Lagos State. You will see our blueprint there. So don't just sit. Create idea. Blueprint may look very popular. Everybody, talk about it. But ask yourself, when you get to a fora, do you create something that people will never forget about you? Lastly, I was at our political meeting yesterday, stakeholder meeting. Me, I don't talk. Though, let me say it here that I have a political youth movement that I'm pushing within my constituency, and is well recognized. And I told them yesterday, I said this is my first time of talking at a forum like this, especially when it comes to politics. But what is very important is this: if individually we don't leave a blueprint, a landmark, nobody will ever remember us. And how do we do that? Create ideas. But don't just create ideas. Work those ideas to reality. Thank you and God bless you.